The topic of writing a script has been mentioned throughout this afternoon. Could you give me some more specifics? Are you referring to imagery in your mind?
Yes, or storytelling. What we're talking about is giving, here is a good way to see it. If you were a screenplay writer, writing a movie or a screenplay, the first thing you would do is identify your characters. And then you would weave your characters together in a scenario that pleases you. Now, imagine this screenplay writer who has written this scenario, but who now wants to tell the audience who the characters are, so that the audience will understand why the characters behave as they do. So you would begin by identifying the characters. Now, Esther would say the character known as Esther is, rather than I or me. The character known as Esther is a deliberate creator, and she's very good at what she does. She is full of fun and full of life. It's like a party going on wherever she is. She likes to have fun. It seems to be her dominant intention, although she can be very serious. She is someone who is in love with life, and it is evident every day and everywhere that she goes. Everywhere she goes, people brighten up. Everything she does, she makes fun around it. Everything that comes to her is satisfying and fulfilling. This is a character of deliberate creation. The character known as Esther has a partner who is known as Jerry. He too is a deliberate creator. Now you can be, and you can go into as much detail as describing your characters as you feel inspired to do. Don't make work of it, just speak whatever comes. Now you could begin to weave them together in a script. In other words, the character of Esther and Jerry are in the process of living happily ever after. They are happy wherever they are. They travel immensely and find that doors open for them everywhere. If there is a flight, an airline flight, it is always perfect in every way. Their baggage always arrives. Usually it's the first 3 bags off the conveyor belt, and it is always in perfect condition. They go to their rental car agency and pick up their car with the greatest of ease, and always find themselves moving about the city with great ease. As they move from hotel to hotel, they find each experience new and exciting, and they anticipate always the deliciousness of the people that will gather with them. You see what we're getting at? You tell it like you want it to be, and the entire universe complies. That's what script writing is. So what we would say script writing is because there is so much in your joyful now to appreciate, of course, give your full attention to that part of your reality. But then fill in the gaps with statements that empower the universe to deliver to you. Now that part of it is what gets your car moving fast. Then the other part of it is soften your fire hose whenever you feel negative emotion, and you will begin quantum leaping all over the place. But what trips most of you up is that you write a script, but then you say, where is it? Which produces resistance that doesn't allow the fruition of the script. You say, this is what I'd like, but it's not here, which causes resistance, which doesn't allow the fruition of the script. Or you say, life is really good for me relative to this, but did you see that jerk on the highway? And as you give your negative attention to something, you feel yourself with resistance that does not allow the fulfillment of the script. How do you lower resistance? There are lots of ways. Appreciating lowers resistance. Basking lowers resistance. Applauding lowers resistance. Complimenting lowers resistance. Meditating lowers resistance. Sleeping lowers resistance. Laughing lowers resistance. Going to a good movie lowers resistance. Having a great meal lowers resistance. Basking in the deliciousness of life lowers resistance. So many things that you do that lower resistance, we see you beating up on yourself. You say, I shouldn't have eaten that. We say, you were lowering resistance. Relax, and your body will maintain its balance. You say, I shouldn't have wasted the time and gone to the movie. I should have kept my nose to the grindstone. We say, you were following your intuition. You were lowering resistance. Why ruin it all by beating up on yourself now? Getting the sense of what we're talking about? Lighten up. Be easy about all of this. Follow your heart. Let your dominant intent be to let the joy that is natural to you flow. and find all of the wonderful creative ways that you can find even in one day to let it flow.